groundbreaking ideas, education's role in creating greater economic equity and social mobility. The ninth edition of the Indian Education Congress witnessed the discussions on enhancing the quality of education across the country and opportunities for result-oriented innovations to get education and economy working together more effectively in building India as an edu-economy by 2020.
Reimagining education in disruptive times. At Indian Education Congress 2019 sector discussing systemic reforms to impart quality teaching and learning in Indian schools. We would like to first of all thank our title partner No Paper Forms, supporting partner Government of Telangana, media partner Zee Business and Economic Times, session partner Jaipuria Schools, gift partner TrueFit and Hills, valuation partner Biz Equity, international consultant Fran Global, our knowledge partner FranCorp, official magazine Entrepreneur and the Franchising World, and media partner Education World.
I warmly welcome you to the 9th edition of the Indian Education Congress, which is happening over here today. The education industry has been seeing some rapid strides, rapid changes in the last few years. And that is why, when we were putting together the Congress in the 9th year, we thought, what is the one thing that is striking there that the education industry too has felt the brunt of, and that was disruption. So I thought, as I was putting together of how I'm going to tell you about what we feel about the industry and where we feel the industry is going, this was what I realized was, can I have the slides please? What is the education industry going to be? Either it's going to be disrupted or it's going to disrupt the society. I think this is the question we really need to ask ourselves if we are looking to reimagine education in disruptive times. And there is absolutely no need for education industry to be disrupted. There is a big need for education as a sector to disrupt the rest of the industries, rest of the world, and that is where change will happen.
Morning at 5:30, going to the playground, doing exercise games, which otherwise students are playing computer games, video games, but they will do real games on the field that will both make them physically fit, alert, and learn the subjects much better later. And then after coming back, intense discussion sessions on different topics. And this is very important because many students who come from deprived sections of the society, from a rural or tribal area, studied in a local language like Hindi, Punjabi, Marathi, Kannada or Urdu. And there are other students who have come from rich background, socially fine, as well as English medium schools. There is a superiority complex on one side and there is an inferiority complex among students from the other side. And from day one, if the classes start, they are challenged, and some of those people coming from rural areas get challenged and they find it great difficulty in understanding the class itself, and their performance goes down, although they have secured 95% marks in their class 10 and 12. So this 3-week program is to understand each other, make level playing field in a different manner by empathy. The word empathy which you used is very significant here, because we found that when we have different types of games and exercises, students from these English medium, rich background from cities realize that they certainly have an edge over other students on English speaking skills or communication, but when it comes to working on by hands and some other aspects, a student coming from a rural area, poor family, is much better than him. So they then feel that it is the collaboration, it is the cooperation between them which will work in the next 4 years. And what I know, I will share with him. What he knows, he will share with me. And that is the game changer that is likely to happen.
So building India as a edu economy by 2020, of course it is challenging. But the foundation of any country's economic growth is primarily projected by its industry, agriculture, its resources, and of course, the final one is human resource. So if we look into the human resource and its finishing, its quality, or to make the productive human resource, we have to depend on the educations. And only by the meaningful journeys of educations, we can definitely aim to achieve, or whatever our Honorable Prime Minister is many a times uttered, that towards making India as a skill capital.
I will not limit myself to Scottish High. And like you said, as a parent and as a mentor, I think we all are talking about smart classrooms and hybrid realities, virtual realities, augmented realities. You go to a future classroom, let's say in Europe, and you walk into a 3D setup where you can make a bridge, a virtual bridge, and actually feel it, including the wind and the rain. But what blended learning would mean is that all this what is around us probably is just a tool. When you send a set of students to make a raft in a camp to cross a river, it's real. And the learning you get there is beyond any virtual reality can get you. I'm an IT person, so I really do not want to, at any cost, I hasten to say, that would not want something which is smart and something which has got technology. All your STEM and STEAM labs, they're all wonderful. But at the end of the day, they are tools.
So what we need to do is look up at each topic, what we have done internally at Jaipuria, look at each topic at the level of a period, of a class period, which is about 40 minutes, and see how we can best integrate technology through videos or games or animations, a teacher giving some amount of knowledge, and probably the most important thing, which is students participating and interacting with the teacher and with the technology. Because eventually, if technology is a one-way medium or the teacher is a one-way medium, we don't feel that that learning is going to be internalized at the level that it is required.
As you rightly mentioned, in our case, we have dental college where NEET exam is there. We have management programs. We have pharmacy course. We have engineering program. For everything, we need to have a different pitch altogether. And today, when students are coming to the campus, they are very well aware. 5 years back when they were coming, we were telling them, counselors were telling them what we are offering. Now, because of digital platform, they have already consumed that content, and when they are coming to the campus, they are fully aware what we are offering. And their questions are very specific. They are very pinpointed questions they are asking to the counselors. And it's a very small moment kind of marketing. If you answer their question correctly, they are on board. If you do not answer that specific question correctly, they are disillusioned and they will move off. And there are so many platforms. It's very important to engage in that particular moment. So I would say that marketing has become more momentary, marketing also. So CMO and CTO, I understand, are very, very important positions to.
I think MOOCs is a game changer. As we talk about education 4.0 is all about personalized learning, and there's no other way to provide it but utilize the power of online education and power of technology in addressing today's needs. And in fact, in our state of Telangana, we are moving into a system this year from beginning from the academic year 2019-20, wherein literally you can design your own degree. Availability of teacher is no more a criteria for choosing a program or a course. There are colleges which are located in the remote areas of the state. I'm talking about general degree education because engineering education is still much more rigid. But in terms of liberal arts and social sciences and some basic sciences, availability of teacher is now no more a barrier.
When you look at digital technology in K to 12, I think there are three broad buckets. The first bucket is administrative parts of running a school, the ERP, SMSs, MIS systems, fee collection, for example, websites or parent interactions. I think a lot of work has happened around that. You have some extraordinary solutions, extraordinary people trying to find solutions through technology to it. We have come a long way. So that is on the administrative aspects of running a K-12 school. The second aspect is around curriculum and pedagogy. It is about how do I transact a certain learning standards, content, and skills to students. Now the question is, has technology transformed the second aspect of curriculum pedagogy? Answer is no. Some schools have done a great job, but most schools are still figuring it out. The third aspect of technology about learning technology skills in itself. So these are two different things from the first two aspects I talked about. Learning technology means how do I be a digital citizen? How do I be a creator, not just a consumer? Again, I think there are still miles to go for private Indian schools to ensure that all children are figuring out to use technology in a productive way.
So how do you feel about that?
Definitely proud, happy and honored to receive this award, and I very humbly accept this award on behalf of my entire team, because I think these awards are are milestones in our journey towards what we have, the purpose of education which we have which we have envisioned. And this definitely brings a lot of excitement and a lot of happiness in each and every phase of the stakeholders who are contributing towards the success of this, success of all what we are doing. And for that, I would have this award in the name of my educators, my core team leaders, my parents, all of them.
When I was a student of class 12, then I started this thing long back, 34 years back, okay? And actually, that time we started this thing in a small town, that is our hometown, that is a district town of Bengal, okay? And with a computer training center, and that was the first computer training center in Bengal for the local youth. Actually, I started this thing, and with the 6 number of students, and now that this is Techno India Group with hundreds of campuses all over the world.
My personal school is the One Global School, the kids, which I'm even giving as a franchisee now. It all started with my own daughter, where I was looking for a school for her. She could not accommodate in any other education system. So we thought, we need something, we need to change it, modify it, make it child friendly. So that's what we did. We made it child friendly, and everything together was put together, and then actually the outcomes are great, doing very well. It's been 10 years now, and happy parents and happy children.
So, listen, for me, we started this journey in 2016 December, and when we observed that in India, though we are talking about 4G, 5G happening, internet penetration, but what we realized that 95% of the application is still on paper form. That's the whole idea. We decided that there is need of one strong product who can help institutions to move on paperless. The way we were talking about the digital India as a concept, and that's why we launched our company in 2017. As a name with no paper forms, the idea is to enable institutions the way they attract, engage and enroll students. As a mission, what we are talking about is a paperless enrollment. You will be surprised to see every year around 3.5 CR to 4 CR students applying for UG admission. Out of that, 95% is completely on the paper. So we are on mission to enable these institutions. We are currently working with 200 institutions as of now. So it's 2-year-old journey for us.
As far as like if I talk about BIMTech or any prospective student who is looking for course in any admission in B school, they are basically not relying on what we are saying on website. They are more relying on what is there on the social platform, and they can easily cross-check. So we should come up with certain technologies, or in fact it is there in the Western countries where student decision making and even institutions for the selection process, they are using the social profile of the candidates. So where AI is going to play big role, the analytics or big data or data analytics, that is going to be the in thing.